Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews and another sampling episode. This time we have 8 canned beers from Belgium. I didn't even know Belgians can their beers. I thought they were strictly, bottles with corks and cages on them. But this was sent to me from Bart in Belgium, who's a fan of the show. Thanks, Bart. So if you've seen my other sampling videos before, I just shoot one quick recap per beer per night. So over the next 8 nights, I'll drink one and just give final thoughts on it. And I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to grab one at random. So let's get started. Alright, first beer is Dummies Bush. The strongest Belgian beer, 12%. Amber. As you can see, it's just kind of a orange gold beer, completely tepid. And it's meant to be a Belgian strong pale ale, kind of like Duvel, but this is 12%, so it's much stronger. And I actually like it better than Duvel. First of all, it's not bubbly at all, so it actually, the tepidness helps with the palate here. I get a lot of caramel on this one. It's very sweet, quite rich. There's a definite alcohol presence, especially kind of on the bottom of the throat. You get like a lot of heat and warmth. But considering how strong it is, it's highly drinkable. Let me read the description that Bart wrote. He said, sold in the U.S. under the name of Scaldus. It got a ban for using the name Bush because of President W. Bush, and it's referred to the female Bush. So, yeah, you might have seen this in the U.S. under Scaldus, and I've had it at Moher's under. I've had the Scaldus Noel. I haven't had this one. So, yeah, I like this beer. Big thumbs up for me. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. So, on to the next beer. Alrighty, next beer is the Gordon Finest Gold, 10% ABV. Strong blonde beer. This is actually an imperial lager. Maybe you can tell by looking at it. It just has like that certain lager gold that you don't see in ale, so it's not a Belgian blonde like Duvel or whatever. Here's Bart's note. I'll have to translate this real quick. These beers were made by an English soldier who came to Belgium during World War I and stayed. He started to make several beers, English type, for the Belgian people, and also put more alcohol into it. So he said Scotch ale, and there's some confusion because there is a Gordon Finest Gold that's a Scotch ale listed on Rate Beer, which I think you might be thinking of, but this is clearly an imperial lager. It tastes like all those other generic European pale blonde lagers with like the rubber glove taste and just the super graininess and the sourness, only denser, thicker. Like this beer like sticks to my teeth. It doesn't reek, it doesn't smell too bad. It kind of tastes like corn syrup in beer. It's I don't know, I get that rubber glove taste. It's pretty bad. I'm sorry, Bart, but this is getting a 2. Hopefully the other beers he's sent are better than this. So on to the next one. Alright, third beer. This is Rodenbach. It says maturation in oak vats. And you know what, idiot me, I drank the whole thing again, forgetting to leave some for the review. Let me read what Bart wrote real quick. He says, this is a classic for the Flemish Old Brown Red Sour Ale. They also have a Grand Cru, something, a vintage. Both are really good. But you must start with the beginning. A bottle is better than can, but I am doing a can thing now. Yeah, so basically it was the exact same color as this can. Not much head on it, pretty hazy. It smelled just like grape juice when I smelled it. And it kind of tasted like, at first it tasted like grape juice, and it became a little bit more sour, a little bit more tart. Kind of like red wine. It was a very nice, pleasing sourness. With like a little bit of tartness. It's just kind of like almost like grape juice with a kick. It did have some bitterness on the back end to let you know it's still a beer. It was really tasty, and it was actually highly drinkable. It's only 5.2% ABV. I really like this. I kind of wish I had done a separate review on just this beer, but I think we can get this one here, so maybe I'll do that someday. But yeah, this one's really good. Giving this a solid 8 out of 10. So 8 out of 10 for Rodenbach. Next beer. Alrighty, we're on the next beer. This is Jupiler. It says blonde beer on here, but it's not like it's a Duvel or something like that. It's just a pale lager or a Pilsner. At least that's what Bart says. He says, Brewery AB InBev, #1 selling beer in Belgium, even bigger than Stella Artois. Most Belgians like this Pils better. P.S. I don't like it, but outside of Belgium and Holland, this is quite an unknown beer. I would agree with that. I've never heard of it until now. Well, I mean, as you can see just from looking at it, it's just a regular old pale lager Pilsner, kind of that straw gold, white gold color. It was pretty bubbly at first, but as you can see, look, I just shake the can and the fizz just all goes away. I mean, to me, it just tastes like all those other pale European lagers, kind of like Heineken or something like that. It tastes, I mean, it just tastes like carbonated corn water. Yeah, I mean, like, there's like a little bit of sweetness to it when you're way up here at the top, but by the time you get to the bottom, it's just carbonated corn water. I was hoping this would pair well with my lunch. As you can see, I made a burger, but I mean, it's as a thirst quencher, it just barely works. It's just kind of like wet, and it's it doesn't really surprise me this is an AB InBev product. This is, I mean, it's not like it's a terrible, god-awful beer, but it's getting a thumbs down from me. This is getting a 3 out of 10. It's just, I mean, it's tolerable. I can drink this, but there's just no redeeming qualities to it at all. So, alright, next beer. This is Grimbergen Blonde, or Blonde. Kind of looks like a lager. It's got that more kind of gold color, but it's actually a Belgian pale ale. Look at that lacing on there. I think that's the only beer so far that's had lacing on it. So, I mean, I said it looks like a lager. It has a slight kind of lager taste to it, but it definitely has that Belgian yeast strain to make it a little bit more ale-ish. I get like a little bit of banana and a little bit of lemon peel. Slightly dry. I probably wouldn't call it refreshing, but it's not as like obnoxious and peppery and all that, as intense as like maybe a Trappist beer or something. Nice nice hot bite in there. I mean, it's not like it's an IPA or anything, but you know, I'm surprised. It's a nice, good beer. Like I said, great lacing. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. It's not the best of all the ones I've had so far, but it's a good one. I could drink a lot of these. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for Grimbergen. All right, next beer is Judas, another strong, a Belgian strong pale ale. As you can see, it looks very similar to the Grimbergen. It's actually made by the same brewery. But unlike that beer, there's really no lager qualities here at all. Got some fantastic lacing on the glass there. A lot of the Belgian beers, we tend to get, you know, banana smell and taste out of them. I get more of like a banana cream pie on this one. So it's banana, but it's like remarkably sweet, more refined. Little bit of pepper and spice on it, but not a ton. It's not an intense mouthfeel. I also get kind of like a Bacardi kind of rum on it, not like a spice rum, more of a cleaner rum. Little bit of alcohol as far as in the nose and the taste, so you get a little bit of that dryness, but it's a surprisingly smooth beer. It's thick, it's not crisp, even though, well, it was plenty carbonated throughout the rest of the beer, but yeah, nice. It's like sweet, touch of spice, and the alcohol just makes it like a nice kind of kick to it. I'm tempted to go 9 on this, but it didn't really blow me away that much, so I'm going to go 8 for the Judas. Alright, next one we got Palm, Belgium's amber beer. Let's see what Bart had to say about it. This special Belge was made in the beginning of 1900 to create a rival for Pils beer. The breweries held that there was too much Pils. Most famous is Palm and Deconic from my city of Antwerp. It's a beer of high fermentation, but just 5.4% ABV. I don't know about high fermentation, it's high carbonation. Yeah, you can see the little bit of bubbles in there. It's a very dark, I mean, it's an amber beer, so I guess that's what it's supposed to be. Even got some nice lacing on there. Beer Advocate considers it a Belgian pale ale. To me, this drink's like almost like an Oktoberfest, or at least a Bock. It's very fizzy. like a lager, and it has a lot of malt going on, kind of like an Oktoberfest. I get like a little bit of caramel, a little bit of toffee, kind of that kind of lollipop taste. I also get like a kind of adjunct taste on it, like almost like corn or something. It's highly drinkable, sort of refreshing. Nothing really spectacular about it, but it's an okay beer. I'll give this a 6. Alright, last beer. This is the Jupiler Force, 0.0% ABV. As you can see, I mean, it looks just like a beer. It looks like a Pilsner, right? And look, we even got lacing on the glass. So, let's just read what Bart said here. He said, there's something new in Belgium. Has hops, barley, grains, what you get in a beer, but it's not beer, it's a soft drink. It's made on the process of beer, but stopped just before the alcohol kicks in, which, I don't know how you do that. If you pour it in a glass, it even looks like a beer. P.S. Okay, interesting, good to try, but just to try, if I want a soft drink, I'll buy a soft drink. This doesn't really taste like any soft drink I've ever had. I mean, it's, you know what it tastes like? It tastes like exactly like any lemon honey cough drop you've ever had. It is extremely lemony and honey-y. Just like liquid honey and lemon juice. So it does have kind of a citrusy taste. I mean, there's sort of a Sprite kind of taste going on here. And I even do get like, I can taste like the little bit of beer, the Pilsner, you know, grain kind of thing on it. But, I mean, it doesn't really taste like a beer. It's better than that stupid Malta Goya that I had, which is also basically unfermented beer. But I don't really like honey. So if it didn't have the honey in there, I'd probably like this. It's definitely drinkable. You could probably give this to a kid. If they liked honey, they'd probably like it. But, yeah, I'm going to give this a 4. It's not terrible. Yeah, so that does it. So thanks for watching this extremely long, I'm sure, episode of 8 canned Belgian beers. And thanks to Bart in Belgium for sending them to me. So, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.